Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
First at 10, we're tracking the ongoing drought and how homeowners are now being told to conserve water. Tonight, we're looking at the new guidelines and why some people are told to stop watering their lawns.
Also, police in one Connecticut city are investigating a fire on a playground as arson. We'll tell you how it spread and destroyed a place kids enjoyed.
That was the longest elevator ride of my life.
A group of officers in Connecticut are credited with saving a woman's life. We're hearing from two of those officers about those life-changing moments. But we begin tonight following some breaking news in Hartford, where police are investigating stabbings in a popular section of downtown. Good evening. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us tonight. Police say that fight happened on Pratt Street just before 7:30 tonight. Two men in their 20s were stabbed, believed to have been fighting each other. One man had a single stab wound. He's listed in critical condition tonight. The other man had multiple stab wounds, and his injuries are believed to be non-life-threatening. Stay with Fox 61 for updates about this breaking news on air, online, and on the free Fox 61 News app. Or you could scan the QR code right on your screen or go to the App Store to download it. Well, right now at 10, our state is under drought conditions, but it's especially dry in eastern Connecticut.
The severe drought is forcing some cities and towns to take action to conserve water. Here's a look at the drought monitor map for Connecticut right now. Virtually all of Windham and New London counties are listed under severe drought conditions.
That includes the town of East Lyme, which is now enforcing mandatory water conservation. Fox 61's Gabby Molina live there tonight with the details. Gabby.
What's typically green and lush in the summer has turned brown and parched this year.
I have noticed it being very hot and very dry. And being so dry, my tomato bed has died.
The entire state is experiencing a lack of rain, but eastern Connecticut is now in a severe drought, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor.
We're about 5 to 6 inches below where we need to be. We have low stream levels across the state. We certainly have some issues with farms where the crops are getting a little dry. We need to be cognizant of that.
That's why some communities are now taking more drastic steps to try to conserve water. East Lyme is enforcing mandatory water conservation after noticing a troubling trend of people using a lot of water, most likely for their lawns.
When someone's irrigating and it's not something that they realize until they get the bill, that they could be quadrupling the amount of water that they're using.
And right now, that's not sustainable.
Due to the drought conditions, we have targeted stream flow levels that we cannot go below and still draw water from. So we have 2 wells down right now. We have another 2 wells that are restricted for their production.
The town now has a twice-weekly irrigation schedule, and even more restrictions could be coming if necessary.
I think most people are aware of it, and they're more than willing to comply with it.
On a state level, the Interagency Drought Work Group is set to meet Thursday to decide if Connecticut needs to be moved into the next stage of precautions. But for now, people are urged to heed any local warnings.
Please listen to your local municipality, listen to your local water authority. They are really going to know what is best for your community. They're going to understand real-time conditions of how much water they have, what conditions are really looking like.
That was Gabby Molina reporting.
Now, right now, the state's under what's called Stage 2 drought, where people are voluntarily asked to reduce their water consumption. It still wouldn't become mandatory even if we were to move to the next stage. But again, follow what your town or water company says.
And coming up later at 10:30, the ongoing drought has been especially difficult for farmers. Meteorologist Ryan Breton goes to one farm in the hardest hit part of the state to talk about what's ahead this fall.
For more on the rain that we're not getting, let's go over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank tonight. Hi, Rach.
Hi, yeah, no relief in sight. There is a big storm offshore that we wish that we could tug into Connecticut, and some of it will get to us with some scattered showers through the day tomorrow, a gusty breeze. But unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly enough to set things right. Now, this is a very unusual setup for this time of year. In November, we get storms like this. In February, all the time with these storms backing in off the ocean, but not in August. But we've got it going on, and you'll see some showers that are nearby already starting to fill in for neighboring Rhode Island. It'll take some time, though, before they work into Connecticut again because they're coming in from off the ocean. So we will see some showers start to push in as we head through the overnight hours, a rising chance as we head after midnight. And we'll see some scattered showers out there for tomorrow morning. There might even be an area of briefly steady rain, especially for the eastern half of the state. You have a better chance of seeing that the farther east you go. But some areas will get very little or even no rain tomorrow. It's just scattered showers as we head through the remainder of the day. That gusty breeze and I think the beneficial rainfall, half an inch or more, that is likely not going to be in Connecticut, but areas to our east and to our north. We do dry things out after already being dry for Thursday. We'll take another look at your forecast and where we go from here coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, new details tonight as police in Hartford investigate a fire at a playground as arson. This is a look at Joseph Cronin Playground on Granby Street. The playground has been cleared after suffering significant damage. The fire started around noon today. Large tire caught fire and it spread to the playscape. Firefighters say no one was injured here. The city's fire marshal's office is helping Hartford police investigate.
Well, new at 10 tonight, one person's in the hospital with serious life-threatening injuries after being hit by a pickup truck while riding a bike in Rocky Hill. Police say the pickup and the bicycle were driving southbound on Dividend Road when they collided just after 9 o'clock this morning. The pickup driver stayed on the scene. He's cooperating with the investigation. If you have any information, including surveillance video that may have caught that crash on camera, give Rocky Hill Police a call. A TikTok challenge is hurting more Hyundai and Kia owners, including several across Connecticut. And Shelton has been hit particularly hard. A Hyundai taken from a home near City Hall was the 6th car stolen recently. This one taken by a 16-year-old from Ansonia, who told police he stole the car as part of the challenge.
There's a video showing how you can steal both a Hyundai or a Kia using a phone USB charger.
I'm already investigating TikTok for this kind of content, for their failure to protect all of us and our kids.
Shelton police have recovered 3 of the stolen cars. The types of Kias or Hyundais are most likely taken are from the years 2015 to 2021 and start with a key instead of using a push button.
Connecticut students are heading back to the classroom, but things will look different from last year as some COVID restrictions loosen. Fox 61's Alicia Machado found out what precautions will still be taken in schools. So Alicia, what'd you find out?
Hey, Sarah, as kids head back to the classroom, they won't be required to wear masks, and also COVID precautions will be up to each individual school district, according to the State Department of Education. The Department of Public Health also says that they're encouraging schools to recommend kids get COVID-19 vaccines before they head back to school, and also flu shots in the fall. As the school year draws near, 6-year-old Lyric Lewis is soaking up the last couple weeks of summer with her aunt and cousins. A picnic by the playground at Elizabeth Park before a new grade.
First grade.
And the excitement is building as she and other kids prepare to head back to the classroom.
My favorite thing in the school is lunch, science, and math. I love learning math and listening to my teacher.
I like to do math, science, go to the playground and play with my friends and play soccer.
Incoming 3rd grader Jayon Grant's mother says she's feeling optimistic for the start of the new school year.
Now that there's vaccination for kids that are younger, it offers a little more comfort.
She tells me her kids are vaccinated.
I'm in the medical field, so I am pro-vaccine, so it was a must.
Something the Department of Public Health is also recommending schools encourage students to do for both COVID-19 and the flu. As students return to class, masks won't be required and restrictions are largely lifted. COVID precautions will be up to each district, according to the State Department of Education. State guidance has also lessened the criteria for when kids should not come to school. Kids who have mild respiratory symptoms, like a runny nose, sore throat, or mild cough, can still come to school with a mask if they don't have a fever or a family member with COVID-19, but the child must test negative before coming in.
The biggest concern we've always had is spread, because spread keeps us out of the classroom. And so that's something we're going to have to just keep apprised of, pay attention to, and see if there is any hotspots and issues that need to be addressed kind of on an as-needed basis.
The Department of Public Health says school districts will organize vaccination clinics, and they'll also distribute self-test kits. 2.5 million of those have been ordered by the state. We're live in Hartford tonight. Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
Alicia, thank you. Right now at 10, the Inflation Reduction Act officially was signed into law. This afternoon, the president signed the landmark piece of legislation on climate change, health care, and taxes. It was passed exclusively along party lines in the House and the Senate. The White House says the bill will lower prescription drug costs, lower energy costs, and address the climate crisis.
The bill I'm about to sign is not just about today, it's about tomorrow. It's about delivering progress and prosperity to American families. If you're on Medicare, you'll never have to pay more than $2,000 a year, no matter how many prescriptions you have, whether it's for cancer or any other disease.
The Inflation Reduction Act is also estimated to cut the deficit by $300 billion, and it would require large corporations to pay a 15% minimum tax.
U.S. Labor Secretary Marty Walsh visits Connecticut to talk with leaders about expanding our state's workforce. Governor Ned Lamont, Congressman Joe Courtney, and Three Rivers Community College hosted a roundtable discussion. The state's getting $35 million from the federal government for training and tuition support for up to 1,200 students in the CT Health Horizons program. The goal is to fix labor shortages across the state, especially in healthcare. They also discussed the infrastructure law passed last year. It will provide more than $4 billion for projects across Connecticut, including repairs to the Gold Star Memorial Bridge in New London and Groton.
Passing that bill was almost existential for our region.
How does this work across Connecticut? We want to take this model and take it across the country.
The CTDOT says there are more than 2,100 miles and 248 bridges across the state in poor condition.
We have much more.